Okay, good morning. We're going to call the October 4th Stormwater Management Meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Brummel. Desart. Eckhoff. Garcia.
Here.
Hinterlong. Krajewski. Nero. Hojak.
Here.
Police. Tornatori. Youssef. Zay.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. Move on to public comment. Public comment is limited 3 minutes per person, unless you're Kay McKean. Hi, Kay. How are you?
Morning, everybody. We have a lot going on, so that's nothing unusual. But I wanted to thank Sam Tornatori for coming to the water quality flag presentation for the city of Addison. It was a really nice ceremony, and I think they really felt like the words of the things that they've been doing to take care of the planet and take care of our water really got some notice and attention. So that was great. And then we have Antunes coming up this Thursday, right, Mary? I think it's this Thursday. Yep. You coming, Jim? Great. So that company in Carroll Stream has been cleaning the reservoir between Gary Avenue and their site for 13 years. Been doing a really lot of good work, and they do some great global work for water conservation and water quality as well. And we have over 20 towns signed up for the pumpkin smash. We have 2 more days for people to get us the information from their towns if they're going to participate in that pumpkin smash. So thanks, everybody.
When I was a kid, we did the pumpkin smash on Halloween usually, right? I don't know if that's Thank you, Kay. And the pumpkin smash is a great thing. A lot of people bring their pumpkins. We do have a lot of angry squirrels in the neighborhood, though, that they take them away early if they don't get to chew through the top of it inside of it and get all the seeds. So thank you for everything you guys do. Chairman's remarks. We have some anniversary awards today. Mary Mitros and Jamie Locke. Let me get first. Let's call Mary up. She looks so excited. Obviously, you guys all know Mary's our stormwater communication manager. Obviously, she's our key person on all of our PR and our events. She picked up seamlessly during COVID. We made a quick transition to Zoom meetings, which have become more successful than the in-person ones. You know, nobody really knows she has a bachelor's degree in communications from Purdue and a master's in public administration from DePaul. So very educated, and I'm still trying to figure out why you're still here with us, but thank you so much. Obviously, we just had the tour of the Elmhurst Quarry. She organizes tours not only for the quarry, but for schools, for scares, for teachers. She has had over 2,000 people on the tours. She coordinates all our groundbreakings, all our flag ceremonies. She's out there. So I know she reaches out to all the people. She's great with communications. She's also the mastermind behind the Love Blue, Live Green campaign, which I think she's trademarked, and I think we owe you like money on that. But she's been great. Obviously, one of her biggest jobs over the last 10 years is make me look good, which is like a miracle worker at that point. So she's a key employee here at the Stormwater Department, and I can't thank her enough for her 10 years of service and all her profession. So great. Thank you. Want to say it for her?
I just want to say thank you to Chairman Zay, to Sarah, to Tony before her. I feel very supported in this role, and I think this is why I have been here for 10 years. And I really enjoy it. I'm sure Jamie will offstage me and say a lot more, but I just want to thank everyone in the committee as well.
Jamie, come on up. Well, Jamie Locke. Jamie is the department's chief engineer and heads up our drainage program, as well as the department's construction activities. She has a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Michigan State. What happened? What happened this weekend against Maryland? I didn't say I bet it, but she also has been one of our main contacts at the thorium cleanup and river restoration. That's where I first met Jamie in her previous life. I had dark hair back then and was a lot younger. She works with our local communities, the Forest Preserve, the EPA, and the Department of Justice. So she takes on a lot for us. We're lucky to have her. She took over the drainage program from Public Works and has become made it seamless. One of her biggest jobs is working with the highway commissioners, which that again is like God's work, working with highway commissioners. She does a great job. They all, when I talk to them, can't say enough good words about Jamie and how helpful she is to the drainage program, to the highway departments. She does our shared services program, but she also does engineering staff. She also manages our maintenance crews. So that's a big, she's bitten off a lot, but she is a professional. Again, her communication is the key. When I talk to everybody, who said Jamie's always communicating with us and getting back to us and working with us. So again, it says here you're a diehard Cubs fan, which we won't hold that against you, and a Bears fan, which is even best. So, and she's a mom too. We met her son the other day, who is just the cutest thing. So thank you so much. You're also a key member of our department. And without you, I don't know what we would do. You and Mary are keys to us. Again, thank you for all your work and congratulations on 10 years.
I left my speech, so I wouldn't upstage Mary. No, thank you so much to Mr. Chairman, also for Sarah, and as Mary said, for Tony and the Stormwater Committee for taking a chance on me 10 years ago. It's been a crazy ride. It's been a great ride. We've done a lot of good things, and I'm looking forward to doing many more in the next 10. Thank you.
Again, thank you. And not only Mary and Jamie, but our whole staff makes us look good. And again, hasn't rained much, which is knock on wood, which is always a good thing. So I did also want to say, remember, Tornatori's not here. He's still getting over COVID. So we wish him a speedy recovery. So I know he's been down a week right now. So hopefully he'll feel better. With that, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the September 6th minutes? Moved by Member Pojek, second by Member Dessert. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Move on to item 6, consent agenda. Is there a motion on consent agenda? Cooperhaven Construction 1946-1, change order number 2, time extension to November 30th, 2023. No increase to contract total dollar amount. Motion by Member Dessert, second by Member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Item 7, is there a motion on the payment of claims? By Member Garcia, second by Member Dessert. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Staff reports. Any question on staff reports? Again, I just want to thank Mary and staff for the tours in Elmhurst. I think this is the first one I've missed, unfortunately, but I saw the pictures and I assume it went well after a little hiatus. Tickets I heard were being scalped for a lot there. They sold out, what, in 3 minutes for the tour?
350 tickets, 3 minutes.
Wow. So that's great that the people were interested in the quarry and to see it out there. And I know we got some work going on, but it's still a great thing to see. So again, thank you for staff. I know it was a long day, so we appreciate their efforts and heard only but great things from the people from Elmhurst, so and their elected officials. So thank you. Any other questions on staff reports? Is there a motion to receive and place on file? Moved by Member Garcia, second by Member Pojek. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to action items. We'll move on. Item A, action request, staff requesting approval to open water quality improvement program for 2023. Submission deadline is January 6th. Moved by Member Dessert, second by Member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, action requested, staff is requesting approval of DuPage County American Rescue Plan Act Township Grant recommendations. Moved by Member Dessert, second by Member Garcia. Sarah, you want to give a little update? We got, I think, almost good majority of the townships. Some townships didn't have any projects, so.
Correct. We worked with all of the townships and prepping them. Obviously, townships usually don't have their own engineering staff. And so we worked with them and basically guided them all together as a group on what we were looking for. And some townships said that we've done a lot of work with them in the past and they didn't have any applications this cycle. However, we are helping, you'll see later down on the agenda, a township like Milton Township on essentially what would be a non-ARPA item or a smaller drainage item. So we still do have funds in our drainage budget for those smaller items, but we had a great group of applications from the townships that did submit for the ARPA items.
Great. You came in right, almost right at the number, right?
Correct.
So perfect. That's good. Number to start.
Did anything ever happen with the Naperville Park District was requesting the stormwater assistance? Or do they need to go through Naperville Township in order to get the county's ARPA funds? Do you remember the email I sent to you?
I do recall, again, the stormwater allotment was very specific in what we requested from the county board in that it was specific to, in this round, to municipalities and townships. I think we'll have a good understanding in the next year how our funds are going to shake out. And if there's a possibility to go out for a stormwater project for a different entity, we can present that to the committee and the board. Alternatively, they can reach out to their community for assistance through their ARPA funds.
So if the Naperville Township went through, I'm sorry, if the Naperville Park District went through Naperville Township, they'd have a greater opportunity to get the ARPA funds?
They would have,
Because
because
then the
Naperville Township
township-
submittal did not include any park district projects, though. It included,
And it would have to be unincorporated.
correct, yeah,
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Member Krajewski.
Downers Grove Township. So we did receive, I think we received 2 applications from Downers Grove, 1 application from Downers Grove Township. And we also have a separate project we're working on with Andy outside of the ARPA fund. So we did get an application from the township for this and it was selected.
East Street.
We have, I think, 2 projects ongoing and I don't believe Lee Street is one of them. We can get you a list of the projects we're working on in Downers Grove Township.
Because isn't that the one that he sent us saying that, or sent to, because you've been working on that was one that lacked funds?
I think we'll have to look at the full parameter because sometimes we call things different names than maybe you're referring to, Member Krajewski.
Because he was saying they were lacking funds and that's why the project was being delayed.
Okay. We'll definitely check on that and get you a full list of what Downers Grove Township has asked us to help them on.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Item C, is there a motion on CMP 282-22? Approval contract issued to Conservation Foundation, Professional Education Services, amount not to exceed 35,000. Moved by Member Krajewski, seconded by Member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Let's see, is there a motion to combine items D, E, F, and G? These are all ARPA projects. Moved by Member Dessart, second by Member Garcia. All in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Then is there a motion on SMR 36622 intergovernmental agreement to the city of Oak Brook Terrace, amount of $500,000, SMR 40722 intergovernmental agreement between DuPage County and the village of Bensonville, $500,000, SMR 39722 recommendation, intergovernmental agreement between DuPage County and West Chicago, $169,000, and intergovernmental agreement between the village of Bloomingdale in the amount of $299,410. Member to start, second by Member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Item H, is there a motion on SMR 39922, approval of intergovernmental agreement between DuPage County and Milton Township Highway Department for Post Road Culvert Maintenance, amount 20,000. Member to start, second by Member Coach. And these are some of the extra projects outside of our ARPA money. And it's a
Correct.
normal program that we can help some people like Milton and possibly Downers in other areas.
Correct, exactly.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Item I, is there a motion on SMR 400-22, approval of intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage and Wayne Township for Smith Cambridge Drainage Project. Moved by Member Dessart, second by Member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Their motion on SMR 40122, intergovernmental agreement between DuPage County and the Forest Preserve District for Smith and Cambridge Drainage Project. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Desart. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Item K. Is there a motion on 2022-83 agreement between DuPage County and Excella for annual subscription for software maintenance? Stormwater is $7,087.50. Moved by member Brummel, second by member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Let's see, discussion, any discussion on the budget? Anybody want to put a couple extra $1 million in the stormwater budget? Go on. Oh, there you go. Brian, there you go. Okay, well, we continue to go on that. We'll move on to old business. Any old business? Member Garcia.
I just had a quick, just kudos to the staff here at the Stormwater Division. I mean, I called during the weekend, I emailed during the weekend, and I always get a response. I mean, I was on the road back yesterday, and Sarah was very quick to respond, and Carrie Bear called me right away with an answer I was looking for constituents. So I just want to say, yeah, thank you so much for the staff for that great work.
Great, thank you. Any new business? No. The only thing we do have an issue with the Forest Preserve out on one of the Forest Preserves. They had a temporary bridge. I know, Brian, you've been working with them out there, and they put it in without a permit or anything else. So I know our staff's been working with them, but it puts us in a very awkward position because we're the keepers of that. We have to answer to not only us, but to FEMA and Army Corps and everything else. So we're drafting a letter. We want to work with them, but they just can't forget about that. As they're putting the new bridge in, we have to actually, do that. It's not that we're attacking them. It's just our job. And that's what we have to do. And we understand they feel they don't have to do it, but we do. So it's not an attack on the Forest Preserve or anything. It's just, we have to do that. We'll most likely have to red tag them, but that doesn't mean anything. There's gonna be no fines or anything. It just means we have to get engineering to show the effects and downstream flooding and all that, and what they've done. So again, we've tried to work it out with staff, but it's come to this point where elected officials have to just kind of get involved a little bit and say, hey, we need to do this. So, Member Krajewski.
Yeah, this was a willful act by these guys. I was on a conference call 3 months ago with Sarah and the Forest Preserve, their executive director, and their people talking about this bridge. It's in my district. This bridge was wiped out by the ice things that came through there in February and created a big life safety issue. And they did absolutely nothing. They tried to talk about going through Argonne's property, but they had no other plan to do it. And then Sarah's been helping them tremendously with the Army Corps and et cetera. And then they go and just do it without getting a permit. I mean, we even helped them with the permit process to even, because they didn't even know how to draw the stuff. You offered on there to help them, and then they just go and do that. I mean, that.
Yeah, and I understand the urgency, but there also is
urgency, but they didn't
rules and regulations you have to go through, and it's like us be doing something and not calling the state or something on that, and that would be.
We offered to help. We were telling them what they could do. They didn't even know what options they were. I mean, they were sitting there. When do we have that call? In June, July? And they were still looking.
It was in the summer, yeah.
It was still looking at options from a bridge that got wiped out in February, and then people are up on the railroad tracks. They jumped off the tracks. The train came by. The fire department's over there. So, I mean,
Thank you. And yes, everyone is correct. It did, kind of put our staff in an awkward position, but we are working with them on a path forward. I think Clayton, David, Jenna, and I have a meeting with the Forest Preserve later this week to kind of get them through this process and then develop a finality plan for their permanent bridge, which they are working on the design with another consulting firm.
Did they even tell you that they were just going to go put this bridge up without going through the permit process? I mean, we were sitting in there in June on the phone with these guys and helping them. You came up with plans on what they could do to comply with the Army Corps and the.
Yeah, we'll work with them on a path forward for sure.
That's why we're at that point, and I'm not sure if their president and commissioners know about it. So it's kind of like a kind of a nudge and say, hey, we need to do this, and it's gotten at this point. And I know our staff's frustrated, so I mean, we've been working hard to try to get them to comply. Again, it's our job. That's what we have to do. It'd be like anybody else, a municipality, anybody else that had to put something in, they would have to get a permit. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, I just want to thank you with working with the Forest Preserve. I realize this was like a safety issue, I believe, where they had to get the bridge in. They should have gone through the right processes. I'm all about doing the right processes, and putting you in a bad place is not a good idea, but so I'm very grateful that you're working with them to get this done correctly, and that we can get that so that, because safety for everybody and doing it the right way is that's what we have to do. So thank you.
Again, it's a safety issue. These guys didn't even know what they were doing in the summer, and it happened in February. That was the issue. That was why I got on a phone call with you and the Forest Preserve. It's like, it's a safety issue. And we're sitting here in the summer now, 4 months after this has happened, and they still had no clue on what they were gonna do. Temporary bridge. You were talking about putting in whatever like, the water level is down and making the thing that would work. I mean, you gave them options to do, and they still hadn't even decided which way they wanted to go. And I'm like, it's 4 months into it, and you're saying it's a safety issue, but you haven't done anything. I mean, it's.
Well, we get it. I know they did hire an engineering firm. So I mean, they're taking those steps. I think it's just slowly, but again, we have to do our part. And yeah, I know it's frustrating, but I know. But it's not the summer anymore, Brian. It's the fall officially. You can start wearing orange again. So, there you go. So
We will work with them on a path forward. Thank
we
you.
are working on it. So I know it's frustrating. Well, yeah, we don't know. So we'll figure it out, but okay. Thank you. Any other new business? No? Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by member Brummel, seconded by member Desart. All in favor? We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.